Hello, everyone. Welcome back to this episode of J Social's Touchline Talks. I'm just here to give a quick match review of the Everton versus Manchester United game. But before I get started, those of you that are watching from Canada, just wanted to wish you a big happy Thanksgiving. I know it's been a long time since we've been able to celebrate the special holiday obviously with friends and family because of the global pandemic. But it's nice to see that we are moving forward as a society, as a community. And obviously, this is a time for people to reflect on the year, a time for people to reflect on things that they are thankful for. So I hope you guys are spending some time this weekend, having some turkey, and also spending some good time, quality time with family and friends that you might not have been able to see for whether it's months or years. But let's get started let's get started, guys. Obviously, what a game yesterday! What a game yesterday! Disclaimer: I think that was probably my favorite game to watch in a long time, and I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why. But let's just get straight into it, man. Obviously, the starting lineup was what I expected it to be. I knew that. Let's start from the back. Varane, I figured it would be too early to start Varane just because we're lacking defenders. Maguire, as much as we don't want to see him on the team, we don't want all our defenders not fit. He's still carrying an injury from the international break. So bringing Varane on against an Everton, it didn't seem like the smart idea. So I was happy to see that Lindelof was given this opportunity, and then you've got the likes of Dallo, who is still immense. Probably one of our players of the season so far. He's been consistent. Other players have had good games, bad games, but Dallo has just been consistent. Obviously, you had Martinez next to him, and what a good call. I know people had debated this for quite some time. Should Malacia be starting? People don't want to see Shaw because Shaw has been here for pretty much 10 years. But guys, it's a team game. And when a player is not performing to the standards that we know, you've got to drop him. You've got to rest him. And we saw midweek against the Cyprus team. I forget their name, Omni Macby or something like that. We saw he was kind of shaky in the first half. He lost that possession that conceded us the first goal, that conceded the first goal. So, you know, it was nice to see that Ten Hag pulled him off, especially he's 22 years old. So you want to show him that you got to keep hungry. You got to stay hungry. When you make mistakes, you've got to learn from those mistakes. And it was nice to see that, Shaw came on in the second half, to give it a fresh start. And that was good because Shaw, as much as Shaw has not really been great. He scored in the international break for England. So it only makes sense that if your right back's not doing well, switch it up, give Shaw a little bit of confidence because we're going to need all these players. There's too many games in the season to be relying on the same starting 11 week in, week out. So, and we move on to the midfield. I was happy to see Casemiro start. Guys, people have been debating this all week. People in the fan cam channels, people in comments, people want to give McTominay time. Guys, I do not buy this BS of giving McTominay time. McTominay has been in this club for what, 7 seasons? At least 7 seasons. And how midfield has been lacking. All of a sudden, Casemiro is in the building, and all of a sudden, McTominay starts playing some decent football, and we should now give him a chance. Come on, guys! Like, what are we talking about here? We are wasting so much time. Let's stop trying to repeat what happened under Ole. A player comes in for a big price tag, a player that has an illustrious career, guy. He's had an illustrious career. He just came out from winning the Champions League with Real Madrid. Real Madrid, guys, and all of a sudden we're going to sit there here and talk about how McTominay should be getting a chance and it's all about merit. No, McTominay has had his merit for seasons. I'm not saying that McTominay hasn't played well. I'm not saying that we can't use McTominay, but there is a difference. I want a CDM who is not just good at, getting yellow cards and good at just stopping, breaking play. I want a CDM who can break the play, who knows when to get his yellow cards, and can also put forward plays. And if you noticed yesterday, yes, there were shaky moments, especially the first goal that we conceded. It was a shaky moment, but who was expecting a Wobie? Who was expecting a Wobie to score a worldie? Nobody was expecting that. But Casemiro did not go hiding. Casemiro realized, okay, this was on me. I'm gonna take this game by the horn. I'm gonna take this bull by the horn, and that's what he did. He just became immense throughout the game. He showed us what it's like to play box to box. This guy was defending, he was attacking. Unfortunately, his finishing is not that great, but I want to start seeing our players in these pockets of spaces that we never saw McTominay. We never saw McTominay in these pockets of spaces. And then when we even talk about um, his assist that led to the first to the second goal, let's talk about that. Yes, he misplaced the pass. Very, very sloppy. I noticed that same with the first cameo. I noticed that very sloppy, but maybe he's probably just trying to get used to the pace of the Premier League. But guys, the way he had his composure. He lost the ball. He gained composure. Folk zoned in, got the ball back, and he didn't just sideways pass it like a McTominay would. He looked for Ronaldo right away, split through the defense, and there we had it. Classic Ronaldo goal from outside the box, you know, buries it. That's the kind of midfielders that we need, guys. Not sideways passing, not midfielders that can't hold the ball for 2 seconds. We need serious ballers on this team that do not go hiding, are confident on their play, guys. So I really wanted to talk about this Casemiro thing. And this, if that was all I talked about in this post match thing, it was Casemiro, guys. Casemiro needs to start starting games. We can use McTominay here and there. We can use McTominay in the Europa League. We can use McTominay, in games where we need to rest players. But guys, there's too many games in the season. We cannot afford to pull another Donny van de Beek again. We cannot afford that. We had a player with talent, and we just let him sit on the bench and rot for no goddamn reason. And then we kept arguing, oh no, he wasn't always signing, oh he wasn't this, oh he wasn't strong for the EPL. Like guys, we can't be doing this as a team that is trying to win. We can't every time we're trying to win. We're so quick to judge players. We're so quick to praise players. And like, come on, guys, let's watch the game for the game. Put the context in play. Because a player comes in, makes a few mistakes, we just banish that player and say that player is not good enough. And all of a sudden, we start looking up to the players that have been here for so long and have done crap all. They've done fuck all, but they've been here. They've been here. So, guys, we gotta start putting respect we gotta start putting respect where it's due. Casemiro needs to start starting. And the last point I wanted to say here, guys. Oh my God, why did I say this was the best match that I've seen from Manchester United? The play, the fluidity in our passing, the confidence from our back line. Casemiro oozing confidence, forward passing, guys. We didn't see this boring sideways passing, sideways. Because if that was McTominay, he would have lost the ball and then shied away, moved back a bit, hands behind, shied away, and then next thing you know, he might have won the ball, and then he would have probably just looked for the easy pass sideways. But no, no, or he might have shied away and backed out, and that player would have driven to our box, put our defenders under pressure, and there is another goal from Everton, guys. So this is the difference that Casemiro makes. It's not just about stopping breaking plays, getting red cards and fouling people. That's not all it takes to defend, guys. There's more to the game of defending. That was amazing to see that yesterday. Martial, the glue to the team, guys. Martial is the glue to this team. I don't care what anyone tells me. It might be the French connection, whatever it is, guys. Martial is the glue to this team. And it's very unfortunate that he is injury prone. I wish he wasn't injury prone, guys. I wish he was able to just be fit. It's the same frustration I had with Paul Pogba. These are great players, and if they just could stay fit, guys, what these players could have achieved in the game is it's mind-boggling, guys. What they could have achieved in this game if they could have just stayed fit. But I do get it. We need a number 9 that we can rely on. Obviously, we still I think Martial has a place in this team. But man, when Martial comes in, just the way he connects the play, guys. He invites his forwards in. He invites his forwards in, guys. Man, Martial is the real deal. Martial is the real deal, guys. I don't care what anyone tells me. He is the real deal. Whether he doesn't smile or whether he's smiling, Martial is the real deal. And you know what? I know there's also been a debate about Sancho. Should Sancho still be starting? For now, obviously, things have been switched again because of Martial being injured. And props to Ronaldo, man, for getting his goal. Obviously, he's been frustrated. He's been trying to get that 700 goal for his club career. Salute to the guy, man. As much as whether you hate him or dislike him or love him, you got to put respect to Ronaldo, man. Like Ronaldo has achieved what most players will never achieve in a lifetime, and he's done it, guys. So, congratulations to Cristiano Ronaldo for reaching the 700th club goal in his career. So, props on that. And the way he scored it was a fantastic play. Like I said, Casemiro assist. Bringing it back to the Champions League Real Madrid. But yeah, man, it's been great. Obviously, people have been talking about the Sancho. I think Sancho has a great place in this team, and I think Sancho is kind of like a Donny van de Beek. We're not necessarily playing to their strengths, and what they bring to the team is very intangible. And I think a lot of times we've gone in with the whole Bruno-esque kind of play where he's just trying to ping balls everywhere, trying to be all over the pitch. I think sometimes as United fans, we get so used to that. We get so used to that kind of player. Now we want every player to be like that. And guys, every player has a different strengths, and I think what Van der Beek brings to this team is kind of like what Sancho brings. It's that intangibles, the way they link play, the way they invite people in, the way their body movements. They move a certain way on the field that frees it up for other players. And I think a lot of fans miss that. A lot of fans miss that. So I think Sancho still has a place here. It's unfortunate that Martial is a player that could have really unlocked Sancho. And it's unfortunate that Martial once again is injured. But I think for now, Rashford deserves to still start. He was player of the month last year. So obviously you're going to give it to Rashford. But I think this is where we need to start rotating, guys. I don't think there is a perfect team. We do not have a perfect team. I don't think this is a team. Looking at our team right now, we don't have a perfect starting 11, and I don't think we're going to have a perfect starting 11 for a while. And that's okay. That's fine. Rotate. We have good enough players now, guys, that we can rotate. We can play the occasion. We can play the team that's in front of us. Not this. We're not City or Liverpool that can just play the same team week in, week out. No, these players are not confident enough. They're not consistent enough to do that. And this is what we always wanted. Fight for spots, fight for places. That's what we've always wanted, guys. And I'm happy that we finally have these options. Obviously, there's a few options. Uh, Positions like the forward position, we need more reinforcement on that position because I don't think Ronaldo can do it for us the whole season, and obviously, like clearly, we cannot rely on Martial. So, but guys, man, I think I'm happy the way the team is shaping up. We're beginning to see the confidence grow in certain players. We're beginning to see that fluidity as well. Anthony. Unfortunately, Anthony was I expected Sancho to be like Anthony, but it didn't happen that way. It did not happen that way. I'm loving what I'm seeing from Anthony, 3 for 3. He's just showing us that tenacity that we've been asking from our wingers. Take on players, take on players, take on defenders. Try to go for that curl shot, kind of like Nani back in the day. Sometimes you need that, especially when you're playing against mid to low block teams. You need that kind of fluidity, guys. You need the fluidity, but it's been fun, man. Obviously, I'm very happy with this result. Lots to be thankful about this weekend. And guys, make sure you check out my Arsenal versus Liverpool match reaction as well. Till next time, take care, guys.